Hey everybody, it's BONDofGAMES, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Just based off that little teaser I showed at the very beginning, you can already see how this is somewhat tying into Kingdom Hearts 2. This game actually takes place 10 years before the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. Which is why you can see Mickey the way he is right there, and then these three characters we haven't really gone over yet. There's 3 stories in this game. Each one of those characters in the back have their own story, and it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, where Sora, you play through the entire game, and then when you play as Riku, you have a simultaneous story that's going alongside Sora's, and the events in Riku's reflect on the first one. For example, he could tell when Marluxia's defeated. The whole Riku replica happens right before his very eyes, all that stuff. So, the story is similar to that. Things are going to unfold in each of these stories, and they're all going to connect to each other's. And obviously, this game connects with all the other ones, because it takes place 10 years before Kingdom Hearts 1, and it sets up the story, basically. So, we're going to go ahead and start a new game. And since no one's going to let me live it down, same as Kingdom Hearts 2, critical mode. And yeah, you can't change modes? Well, go figure. So the same old thing. And would you like to skip the introduction? You will bypass the opening scenes and basic tutorials. Well, I don't want to skip the opening scenes, and I can kind of walk you guys through the tutorials. So I'm going to go ahead and hit no. And let's see how things unfolded 10 years before Sora became a Keyblade wielder of any sort.
You don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. You're giving me too many things lately. You're all I need. You smiled at me and said, don't get me wrong, I love you, but does that mean I have to meet your father? When we are older, you'll understand what I meant when I said no. I don't think life is quite that simple. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. Hold me, whatever lies beyond this morning is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before.
This world is just too small.
There, you see, an empty world, like a prison. I imagine you will be right at home.
Who's there? But this is... Why are you in my heart? Yeah. That was my light. But my heart is fractured. And now, the little I have left is slipping away. Huh? Right. Thanks. Open the door.
A keyblade.
Talk about a reference to every game we played so far.
A meteor shower.
And the first world we're playing in is the Land of Departure.
I can't see much from here.
Now, first couple things you may notice is we've got this information bar at the top, so it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts 2. But we also have this command deck down at the bottom left, so it's a bit like 358 over 2 days. But it's gonna take a sudden little shift once you actually start the gameplay. It's not quite like 358 over 2 days at all.
Oh. I've got time to spare.
Now this is similar. Press X to attack.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of music in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. And I may have individual favorite songs in other games, but overall, this is my favorite soundtrack. Just hands down. I don't know what it is, just every single song in this game either hypes you up or calms you down.
What? You want a piece of me too? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a fun time with this LP. I really am. It's definitely gonna be one of the shortest ones, cause oddly enough, even though you're going through 3 different stories in the game, you're gonna not be playing that much. Each of these stories are relatively short. It definitely won't be 80-something parts like Kingdom Hearts 2, I'll say that much. So now you can see a couple of these commands. I was able to do one, but you can barely even tell just because of the command it was. But we'll be getting through a lot of those as the game goes on. Instead of having abilities and spells with shortcuts to your spells and all that kind of good stuff, everything is synced up to the command deck and you use all your attacks with triangle. And just like Kingdom Hearts 2, you press R1 to lock on. And then you can switch targets with L1. And since all of our commands are automatically toggled to triangle, opening chest is now X. But similar to all the other games besides Kingdom Hearts 1, you can actually open up chests while you're in battle, which we haven't been able to do yet, but just so you know, the option is there.
Wait, what am I messing around here for? I'm gonna miss the meteor shower.
And I may not be 100%ing this entire game as far as collecting every single chest and every single collectible, but if it's within reach, I'll grab it.
Wow. Why does it seem so familiar? Whoa! Give me a break, Aqua.
Ven, you hopeless sleepyhead. You know, you should have at least brought a blanket.
But did I dream that place up? It really felt like I'd been there before, looking up at the stars.
Except you've always lived here with us.
Yeah. I know. Hey, Aqua.
Hmm?
You ever wonder what stars are? Where light comes from?
Well, they say.
That every star up there is another world.
Huh?
Terra.
Yep. Hard to believe there are so many worlds out there besides our own. The light is their hearts. And it's shining down on us like a million lanterns.
What? I don't get it.
In other words, they're just like you, Ven.
What does that mean?
You'll find out someday, I'm sure.
I want to know now.
You're too young to know now.
Quit treating me like a kid.
Hey, what are you laughing at?
I can't help it. You two would make the weirdest brothers.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Terra, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow. I made us good luck charms.
Whoa.
Here.
I get one too?
Of course. One for each of us.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit. And the fruit represents an unbreakable connection. So as long as you and your friends carry good luck charms shaped like it, nothing can ever drive you apart. You will always find your way back to each other. Technically, I think you're supposed to make them with seashells. But I did the best with what I had.
Boy, sometimes you are such a girl.
Hey, what do you mean sometimes?
So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But I did work a little magic on it.
Really? What?
An unbreakable connection.
And we obtained the Wayfinder, one of 3 good luck charms Aqua made for herself and her friends the day before the Mark of Mastery exam. What exactly is the Mark of Mastery exam? Well, we'll find out in the next episode when Terra and Aqua take theirs. The Wayfinder allows you to dimension link with friends and borrow their powers. You will meet lots of characters throughout the story that you can de-link with. Basically, makes you a bit stronger in battle, and you can use some different commands. We'll get into those when we actually get into those kind of battles.
Well, tomorrow's the exam. Anybody want to spar?
I can take you.
I probably threw off so many people just now by saying we'll find out in the next episode, but we are having a sparring session. I'm just waiting on the Mark of Mastery until the actual next episode. Now, here we're starting off with Terra. Press square to defend yourself, and press square while holding still to block. So, you actually get, well, something similar to dodge roll and guard right from the beginning of the game. So, that's actually something that a lot of people wish had happened in the other games. But hey, well, we finally got it here. Now the thing about guard is it lasts a lot longer.
Quit going easy on him. You're not gonna win unless you stay on the offensive.
So now we got to go through some of the commands. And like I said, look how long guard lasts. And if you use it way too early sometimes, let me try to get it off. Well, I'm trying to do it early and have him just come back and attack. Well, okay. You get my point that I was trying to make. If you do it a little late or a little early, the guard lasts so long that it might actually be beneficial. So, just take advantage of it during certain battles and you should be fine. And of course, when you actually have to move out of the way, you've got your version of dodge roll. Each character's is different. And then, above all else, you'll be getting more mobility moves as you progress through the game. Alright, there we went through Stun Edge. It kind of stunned him for a little bit. The Sliding Dash is a command rather than just a faraway standard attack. And then Quick Blitz, which I didn't get to use. Yeah, if you get hit right before you actually execute your command, it will cancel completely. So be careful about that. So let me try to do it again. Yeah, I'm getting hit right before. Now, another thing you might want to try to do is get them in a combo, then use your commands. And use your commands as your finishing blow. That's what I like to do a lot of times. Now here, after filling up that little command bar that you see right under the word command, there's a gauge that fills up. Once you get to the top of that gauge, you can actually do a very powerful finishing move. And it's pretty much a whole new combo. And try all kind of combinations and keep attacking. That's pretty much what all that summarized down to.
Well, that works fine if you're fighting one-on-one. But you need to know how to handle a crowd, too.
Which will happen more often than you think. Alright, use your shot lock command to hit lots of enemies at once. Hold down R1 and a big target circle will appear. So, try to hover all over all these characters as you use your shot lock. And then actually use X to attack. And try to let it max out before you attack. I'm trying to get away from him. Get away from me. Get down. Alright. Could you stay away from me for like a minute? And also, yeah, Aqua's guard is Reflect. Imagine that. Alright, now while he's walking at me, I'll actually try this again. Max out. Oh, well, I guess I didn't max it out. Well, that works against multiple opponents. So try to hit as many as you can. And it'll actually be very, very, very beneficial against single bosses. You will see me abuse that a couple times here and there on certain bosses. I'm going to just warn you guys right now. If that focus gauge is at max, I'll probably be using it a bit.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Now choose a character for this fight. You know what? We used everyone but Ventus during this. So I'll just go Ventus for now. I kind of wanted to show off Aqua a little bit, but basically just know that she uses spells. Like from the get-go. Each character has their own spells or abilities that they automatically start the game off with. And look, Ventus actually has dodge roll. So basically, learn how each of these characters fight at the beginning and see which one you want to start off with if you want to play just for gameplay. But if you want to play for story and not be confused, I highly recommend you go in the order that I'm going to show once we actually get to choose the character that we start the game off with. This fight right here is only for right now. This does not determine the character you're actually playing with throughout the game.
Told you I'm good.
Yeah, you little Roxas lookalike. Never doubted you. Want to spar again? So here you can kind of get the feel of it. You can keep replaying. You can keep... You know what? I'll battle with Aqua this time, just to show off the couple spells that she's got that are different than everybody else's. Vin starts off with Arrow and basically has some quick kind of attacks. Terra goes straightforward, brute strength, and he's kind of slow. Whereas Aqua's more like a mage. Blizzard. Thunder. Oh, well, thank you, Arrow, for knocking me sky high. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, enough with the strike rate. Thank you. See, yeah, Vin is actually pretty freaking good. Now, if only this mage had Cure to start off with. And also, you are invincible while you're doing your shot locks, so that can also be another reason for using them. You do a heavy bit of damage, and you cannot possibly take any yourself.
Looks like I win.
Oh, Aqua's a little cocky, ain't she? And you know what? Just to show him some love, I'll show off Terra too. We already fought with him one-on-one, but let's do it again anyway.
Take that.
Yeah, oh, you have fire when you're fighting me. That ain't cool. All I have was Blizzard and Thunder.
Gotcha.
Now, Reflect, well, not Reflect, guarding in general will actually reflect attacks back at your opponents a number of times. So,
It comes with experience.
yeah, well, yeah, basically it comes with experience. You learn which moves you can guard and reflect and which ones just get blocked. That's pretty much all it is. And that's pretty much the basis of all the characters. Ventus, I almost called them Roxas. Friggin' look-alike. Even half of his clothes look the same. Look at the right side of his shirt. That may or may not be explained in future games. But for now, let's just worry about this. Want to spar again? No thanks. We already know Ventus is a quick kind of aerial attacker is his forte. Terra's the exact opposite. He's slow and powerful on the ground. Aqua is a mage and can specialize in spells right at the beginning of the game. So there we go. That's the overview of all the characters.
Trust me, you guys are ready. You're gonna clean up at the exam tomorrow.
It's like the master said. Power is born within the heart. When the time is right, you just need to look inside yourself, and you'll find it there.
Alright, during your travels, you can find new strength by playing on the command board. In this game, you roll the dice and power up your commands as you make your way along the board. It's kind of like a little party game that, honestly, as a distraction, I got carried away playing it a couple times during just plain old playthroughs. So, whether you use it for your benefit or whether you do it just to kill some time, it's a good thing. And we'll be doing that from the world map, which we'll get to soon enough. As you already saw in pretty much every game except 358 over 2 days because of the way it was ran, you go through different worlds by going through some kind of world map. And I guess, yeah, it's only Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 where you really do that. Because Chain of Memories is through the doorways, 358 over 2 days is just through the darkness portals. Well, it works similar to 1 and 2. So, if you like that mechanic more, well, that's where we're going with this time around.
Oh,
Bruh, if that ain't irony, I don't know what is. I don't know what the issue is, but sometimes my capture software completely locks up and breaks down. I hurried up and hit stop, but it was malfunctioning, as you could see. It went completely silent for a second. So is Vince saying, oh, we don't want to lose our progress or anything, or lose what we've done. I almost lost all of episode 1!
Hey, we're gonna head back.
Yeah, me too.
Together. Always.
That would be the last night we ever spent beneath the same stars.